thank you for joining us at the 2025 BC Active Transportation Summit in beautiful Kimberley, British Columbia. Over the course of the event, Caroline Duneau got a chance to catch up with and connect with representatives from our valued sponsors to learn more about their important contributions to active transportation projects across the province. Here's our conversation with Tessa Williams, a transportation planner with Urban Systems.
What is Urban Systems' role at the BC AT Summit?
Great question. So Urban Systems was a sponsor of this event. We were also lucky enough to sponsor last year's event, and so we had the opportunity this year. We jumped on it. There's a lot of reasons why we wanted to be a part of this event, and I think a big one is just the kind of unique format of the summit. There's very few places where all the players who are passionate about active transportation get to come together. So we have consultants, staff, advocates, public health practitioners, researchers, and we all get to be in the same place and to learn from each other. So for us, it was a no-brainer. Like, we want to be a part of the summit. We want to make sure it happens, and we hope that it gets to happen in years to come.
Can you tell me a bit more about what Urban Systems does in the active transportation space?
Absolutely. So Urban Systems is a multidisciplinary consulting company. We like to say that we can take active transportation projects from plans to reality. So we have a lot of great planners who work with communities to understand where people want to go, where are the gaps, how do we connect them? And then we can hand it off to our really talented engineering and landscape architecture team to actually do the technical work to get those projects built so that people have safe, continuous active transportation networks that they can enjoy and get to know their community. So yeah, it's a great company to work with, really collaborative.
That's awesome. You're a speaker at this conference. Can you tell me a bit more about what that presentation was about? Would love to hear more about that.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be here with TransLink. We're working right now with TransLink to create a School Neighbourhood Activation Playbook, also known as SNAP. And so this playbook is meant to be for communities across BC. And since we are based in Metro Vancouver, we were very mindful of the fact that we need to understand what challenges and opportunities rural communities are facing. And so this was our chance to do a workshop, share what we're trying to do, and then learn from the people who are out there working for active school travel in rural communities so they could tell us what they need. So it was learning both ways. We learned from each other.
That's amazing. What do you see from this experience and your expertise as the biggest hurdle to achieving, active transportation solutions, particularly in rural communities across BC?
Great question. I would say that oftentimes there are technical solutions, and we are lucky to work with really smart people who usually know what needs to be done. I think the challenge is more to do with political will and funding. So how do we actually build momentum to keep these things happening?
Yeah.
So from this summit, I was really inspired to hear from the advocates who are out there working with different players to find common ground so that we can kind of build that coalition to show why active transportation has so many benefits, whether you care about the economy, whether you care about the environment, health, or reconciliation. Like, I think active transportation is really unique, and there's something for everyone. So yeah, I think that's the barrier, but advocates are doing so much great work to address it.
If you had a crystal ball or a magic wand and you could, pick one wish to advancing active transportation in BC, something that you wish to be achieved quickly, what would that be?
Oh, great question. That there is dedicated funding for operating dollars, so that once we build these amazing new facilities, every community knows that there's also funding available to maintain them to high quality, plow snow, sweep them in the spring. I think that would be a game changer, because there's nothing worse than building an amazing facility and then finding it's hard to use because the maintenance just isn't there.
Totally, and especially these rural communities with, a lot of snow and steep topographies, that sounds super important.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much. What is the one thing that you've, taken away from this conference?
Oh, great question, and a hard one to be quick. What would I say? I think I'm coming away with just more connections and a different perspective. Like I said, I'm based in Metro Vancouver now, but my family lives in a small community, and so the rural context is near and dear to my heart. And I'm just so grateful that I got to expand my network across BC, and I'm looking forward to staying in touch with people.